The Krathian warhound stood in the center of the auction platform, its 6 legs trembling with exhaustion. Once, its chitinous armor had gleamed like polished obsidian. Now, scars crisscrossed its massive frame, and one of its 4 eyes had been replaced with a crude cybernetic implant that sparked intermittently. The creature's name was Vexthor, and it had served in 17 campaigns across the Andromeda sector before its masters deemed it obsolete. Lot 247. The auctioneer's mechanical voice echoed through the trading station. Krathian battle class, marked a 7, 43 standard years old, minor combat damage, opening bid 500 credits. The assembled buyers, a mixture of species from across the galaxy, barely glanced at the aging creature. A Thraxian weapons dealer wrinkled his sensory stalks in disgust. 2 Valorian mercenaries laughed, their crystalline bodies chiming with contempt. 200, someone offered half-heartedly. 50, another countered, and even that seemed generous. Jennifer Martinez stood at the back of the crowd, her worn jacket marking her as one of the few humans in the station. She had come to the auction looking for salvage parts, something to repair her family's failing mining equipment on the outer colonies. Her brother Alex had sent her with their last 1,000 credits and strict instructions. Get something useful, or they'd lose their claim. But when she saw Vexthor, something inside her chest tightened. The warhound's remaining natural eyes, deep purple and still bright, scanned the crowd with what Jennifer recognized instantly: dignity. Despite everything, the creature stood tall. It didn't cower. It didn't beg. It simply existed, waiting for whatever fate these beings would assign it. 50 credits once, the auctioneer droned. 50 credits twice. 1,000 credits. Jennifer's voice cut through the air. The entire auction house fell silent. Every eye, sensor, and optical organ turned toward her. The auctioneer's holographic form flickered. The human bids 1,000 credits. Are there any counteroffers? The Thraxian dealer made a sound like choking on laughter. For that broken thing, let the fool have it. Sold to the human for 1,000 credits. Alex was going to kill her. Jennifer led Vexthor through the station's corridors, very aware of the massive creature limping behind her on its 6 legs. Its breathing sounded like industrial machinery grinding to a halt. When they reached her transport ship, a battered cargo hauler barely worthy of the name, she opened the loading ramp and gestured inside. Vexthor hesitated. In all its years of service, no master had ever shown it anything but commands. This human's body language was different. Open, uncertain, almost kind. Come on, Jennifer said softly. I know it's not much, but it's better than wherever you were going. The warhound climbed aboard. During the 3-day journey to the outer colonies, Jennifer learned several things about her purchase. First, Vexthor was intelligent, far more intelligent than the domesticated weapon classification suggested. It could understand 17 languages and communicated through a combination of gestures and a translation device embedded in its collar. Second, it was dying. The cybernetic implant was infected, spreading corruption through its neural pathways. No wonder the Krathians had discarded it. Third, and most surprisingly, it was gentle. When Jennifer slipped on some loose tools and fell, Vexthor caught her with one massive claw, setting her upright with a care that seemed impossible for something designed to tear through armored vehicles. Why did they treat you like this? Jennifer asked one evening, sitting cross-legged beside the creature in the cargo hold. You're not just a weapon. You're a person. Vexthor's translator crackled. Purpose is service. Service ends with utility. This one understands the logic. That's the most depressing thing I've ever heard, Jennifer muttered. She pulled out her datapad, reviewing her meager medical supplies. Then she accessed the station's knowledge database and began researching Krathian biology. Alex's angry messages piled up in her inbox. She ignored them all. When they arrived at the mining colony, Alex was waiting at the landing pad, arms crossed and face stormy. "Jennifer, please tell me you didn't spend all our money on—" He stopped when Vexthor emerged from the ship. "What the hell is that?" "His name is Vexthor," Jennifer said firmly. "And he needs our help." "Help? We need help. We're 3 weeks from foreclosure." But Jennifer was already moving, practically dragging her brother toward their workshop. She had spent the journey formulating a plan, and now she explained it at rapid-fire pace. The cybernetic implant could be replaced, not with expensive alien technology, but with human improvisation. The infection could be treated with standard antibiotics, and once Vexthor was healthy— "He knows mining," Jennifer said, pulling up geological scans on her datapad. "His species can sense ore deposits through vibrations. We've been drilling blind for months. He can show us exactly where to dig." Alex looked at his sister, then at the warhound standing quietly in their workshop, then back at his sister. "You spent our last 1,000 credits on a maybe?" "I spent it on someone who deserved better," Jennifer corrected. "The maybe is just a bonus." It took 2 weeks of careful work, late nights, and every spare part they could salvage. Jennifer operated on Vexthor's implant while Alex fabricated a replacement from their mining equipment. The warhound never complained, never pulled away, even when the pain must have been excruciating. When it was over, Vexthor's cybernetic eye glowed steady blue instead of flickering red. The creature's translation device activated with clarity it hadn't possessed in years. "This one is grateful. This one has never received such care." "Get used to it," Jennifer said, grinning despite her exhaustion. "You're family now." The next day, Vexthor led them to a mineral deposit worth 50 times what Jennifer had paid. Within a month, the Martinez mining operation went from bankruptcy to prosperity. Word spread about the human who had saved a discarded warhound, and other species began to approach them, not with weapons contracts, but with veterans they could no longer care for. Jennifer and Alex found themselves running not just a mining operation, but a sanctuary. And Vexthor, the rejected warhound who was supposed to die forgotten in some alien scrapyard, stood guard every night over the humans who had shown it that purpose could be something more than service, and that value wasn't measured in utility alone. The galaxy had taught Vexthor that beings were tools, easily discarded when broken. But Jennifer Martinez, a human with an impossible heart and a stubborn refusal to accept cruelty as logic, had taught it something the galaxy never could: that sometimes the broken things aren't things at all. They're just waiting for someone brave enough to see them as they truly are.